So yesterday, after all the news on Broly being in the Dragon Ball Super movie, I went to bed thinking what a wacky dream this is. I thought I'll go to sleep, wake up, and bang, the news will have disappeared, and it's not true, but it is. It's actually true. Broly is going to be in the Dragon Ball Super movie. He is going to be fighting against Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta at the very least. This is a lesson to us all that anything can happen in the future of Dragon Ball. Don't rule anything out because you'll only make yourself look stupid. So, in this video, we're going to talk about how powerful Broly will be in this upcoming movie. We obviously now need to factor in the mainstream canon of Dragon Ball Super and how Broly will fit into that in terms of power scaling. But before we do that, a quick question. Obviously, Broly has the Legendary Super Saiyan transformation in the original Dragon Ball Z movies, and he also has a God transformation in a Dragon Ball ride in Japan. This will be a retelling of the Broly character, but would you like to see him stick with the Legendary Super Saiyan transformation or even the Berserk transformation? Or would you like to see him perform the God transformation we see in that ride, or something completely new? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I look forward to reading your comments. And whilst you're at it, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it to be notified whenever I release new content. If you love Dragon Ball, you will love this channel. Power scaling theories, Dragon Ball lore, exploration and news, you name it, I do it on this channel, as well as delving into other anime and comics at times as well. So, Dragon Ball has always been a story of one-upmanship. The new villain of either the movie or the new arc in the series tends to be stronger than the previous villain. Come Dragon Ball Z, Raditz stronger than Piccolo, Vegeta stronger than Raditz, Frieza stronger than Vegeta, the android stronger than Frieza, Cell stronger than the androids, Buu stronger than Cell. You get the picture, and it carried on into Dragon Ball Super as well. Beerus stronger than the entirety of Dragon Ball Z by a wide margin. Now you could argue that the book stopped with Beerus because it wasn't really until the Tournament of Power that we started to see these characters pretty much get to his kind of levels. In fact, it was the Jump magazine that told us that it wasn't until Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 that Goku had finally caught up to a fully powered Beerus. While some may argue we didn't see this or hear this in the series itself, V-Jump magazine is produced by Shueisha Studios, who own Dragon Ball alongside Akira Toriyama, so it's pretty legit. But even with Beerus aside, Golden Frieza was stronger than Buu, Hit was stronger than Frieza, Goku Black was stronger than Hit. Using Potara Fusion, merged Zamasu far surpassed even Goku Black. However, despite using Potara Fusion, Jiren, the monster that is Jiren, somehow managed to surpass even merged Zamasu. Of course, if a fully powered Beerus was relative to Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 Goku, Goku would then go to surpass it with the silver-haired iteration of Ultra Instinct, yet Jiren broke through his shell even further and unlocked Awakened Jiren, which was even stronger than that for at least a certain amount of time, which means he would have surpassed Beerus. So come the end of Dragon Ball Super, Jiren ended the Dragon Ball Super series as the strongest antagonist that our heroes have faced. Interestingly, Goku defeated Awakened Jiren with Ultra Instinct. However, come the end of the series, we also learned that Goku can no longer tap into Ultra Instinct. It was a freak accident. Yet Jiren was never stated to not be able to tap into his Awakened Jiren form. So the monstrous power he demonstrated as Awakened Jiren, he should still be able to use that power. You could make the same argument for Blue Evolution Vegeta as well, as he was never stated to be able to not tap into that form. And we actually saw both of them tap into those forms respectively, even after being knocked out of those forms. Vegeta was knocked out of that form against God of Destruction Toppo, yet still used it against Jiren in episode 127. Jiren was knocked out of that form against Ultra Instinct Goku, yet still used it against Frieza in 17 in episode 131. As we know that this Dragon Ball Super movie will be a continuation of the mainstream canon of Dragon Ball Super, the anime, now that we know that Broly will be the antagonist to Goku and Vegeta in this movie, will Broly surpass Jiren in terms of power? Jiren's character and his character development, even though it was pretty little, pretty much represented absolute power. Goku literally had to break through his shell and acquire a new power that went beyond that of pure physical power to defeat the mortal that had surpassed even the gods of destructions. But considering he can no longer use Ultra Instinct, Jiren's power far surpasses that of Goku's, even using Blue Kaioken times 20, and even far surpasses Vegeta even if he could use Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Of course, Goku and Vegeta may have got Zenkai boosts or adaptation boosts or training boosts since the end of the Tournament of Power, as chronologically this event with Broly will be taking place after the Tournament of Power, so they may have gotten stronger. They do get stronger quite quickly, let's face it. But I'd be very surprised if they are even able to compete with a fully powered Jiren, never mind an Awakened Jiren as they are. We know that Broly in the movie will at least push them to use Super Saiyan Blue, so he is going to be pretty powerful. However, if they continue the one-upmanship and the regular Dragon Ball way of telling stories, Broly should be more powerful than Jiren. Now obviously this is not confirmed, but Goku pretty much ended the Dragon Ball Super anime series with a new transformation, an extremely popular transformation called Ultra Instinct, and as we mentioned earlier in this video, he can no longer access it because it was a freak accident. He didn't premeditate this transformation in the Tournaments of Power itself, it just happened. Considering the next story in this series is going to be a movie, Toei and Toriyama are going to pull out all the punches, and I'd be very surprised if Ultra Instinct doesn't make an appearance in this movie itself. I've often been saying that I think Ultra Instinct will be the ticket seller for the upcoming movie. That might not be the case now because Broly is a ticket seller in himself, but I do still believe we'll see Ultra Instinct, and I believe this movie will be where Goku learns to tap into Ultra Instinct at will. However, if you go back to episode 118 of Dragon Ball Super, Whis told us that Goku might be acclimatizing to extreme conditions, that ultimately may be raising the bar for his own ability to break through his own shell and achieve Ultra Instinct. We know that when Goku first achieved Ultra Instinct's Omen Phase 1 in the Dragon Ball Super specials, it was the Spirit Bomb that ultimately caused the transformation. It was the trigger for UIO Phase 1. Obviously, we know that Kefla as a Super Saiyan rivaled the power of the Spirit Bomb, which ultimately triggered Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2. Then of course fast forward to episode 128 of Dragon Ball Super, Jiren was starting to show more of his true power, close to his full power, which ultimately triggered Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 and subsequently mastered Ultra Instinct. So if we are to see Ultra Instinct in this upcoming movie, which I believe we will, and it hasn't been confirmed yet guys, so don't take it hyper literally, then Broly is going to have to surpass the power of at least a fully powered Jiren. Of course, Broly was always portrayed to be extremely powerful in the original Dragon Ball Z movies. Of course, that was set in the time of the Dragon Ball Z era, and of course you can make an argument that the movie characters are stronger than the mainstream canon characters, but they still don't compare to the god tier characters we have in Dragon Ball Super. Toriyama literally confirmed on the Dragon Ball movie website that while keeping in mind Broly's classic image so as to not disappoint the fans, I updated him and added a new side to his character, and I think it has resulted in a far more fascinating Broly. So this will be a repackaged Broly, but he's also going to be far stronger than he ever was. So if you are fed up about those Broly fans talking about Broly being omnipotent and that kind of shit, well, it's about to get a bit worse. But you know what guys, it's actually fine if he is actually that powerful. And of course, Broly isn't going to be omnipotent, I was literally just gesturing the Broly fans. But if he does surpass Jiren levels of power, then even by feats and statement scaling, he is going to be multi-universal in terms of attacking potency, and by key multiplication scaling is going to be multiversal in terms of attacking potency. Of course, how is he going to attain this kind of power? Why is he going to be so strong? Is he going to actually be repackaged as an ancient Saiyan that was from around the times of Yamoshi? Could he have been Yamoshi's original villain? I think that would definitely be an interesting story and an interesting way to repackage him. Toriyama's put a lot of emphasis on how this movie will be an enjoyable story, so we might get more in-depth story aspects, and we also know that this movie will take place over different time periods and locations. So it's definitely within the realms of possibility that Broly could indeed be an ancient Saiyan. I'm sure you remember the Dragon Ball movie pamphlet that came out a few months ago that seemed to have the new Saiyan in the movie, which we now know is Broly, to be frozen. It may be that he was just born around the same time as Goku and Vegeta, just like in the movie. Obviously it's going to be a bit different because Dragon Ball Minus told us that Saiyan babies are literally kept in incubators for the first 3 years of their life and aren't kept around other Saiyan babies, so they can't follow the same story as the Dragon Ball Z Broly movies. But even if he is from this period, it could just be the Berserk transformation that we saw Kale get. Imagine if Kale was actually a skilled fighter or just somebody who trains in the same manner as Goku and Vegeta and then got the Berserk transformation. She would have been a massive threat in the Tournament of Power. She was able to fight with god tier characters like Super Saiyan God Goku, and even in the recent manga chapter is fighting against Golden Frieza. So it would be a very dangerous transformation if it is used by a skilled fighter. I'm sure you remember in episode 100 when Vegeta first saw Super Saiyan Berserk Kale, he said that this may actually be the true Super Saiyan form. Maybe we'll see the fruition of that in the upcoming movie. However, I personally hope that they go the way of the Dragon Ball ride in Japan and basically making God Broly or something like that to really legitimize his claim to being extremely strong. Maybe you'll have to make an example out of somebody like Beerus or Jiren to truly legitimise how strong he is and make him a credible threat to Goku, etc. But let's face it, it will most likely be Vegeta he makes an example out of, though to me just beating Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta isn't enough to legitimise him as a stronger threat than somebody like Jiren. As long as Vegeta doesn't wimp out and bitch out like he did in the original Broly movie, which completely misportrayed his character, then I'll be okay with Vegeta losing. But an interesting tidbit from Toriyama's press release, he actually said that naturally you'll get to see fierce combat, but also the paths of destiny that lead to an encounter between Goku, Vegeta and Broly. It's almost implying that it's going to be a triple threat. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see Goku vs Vegeta 3 in this movie. It sounds like they almost are at odds with each other in that description. Obviously I'm speaking from conjecture, but you cannot rule anything out. Broly is going to be in this Dragon Ball Super movie, facing off against Goku and Vegeta, and he most likely will help Goku achieve Ultra Instinct again, therefore surpassing even Jiren in power. That is why Broly will be stronger than Jiren in the Dragon Ball Super movie. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. How powerful will Broly be? Will he be even more powerful than Jiren? Will he surpass even the likes of Beerus? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section. If you enjoy my videos, please do keep smashing that like button. Keep lending the dice Shanken your energy. It is truly appreciated. Subscribe to stay updated about the upcoming Dragon Ball movie as well as Dragon Ball Heroes episodes. Until next time, Ad Astra.